Hey, it's your boy Gpac from Chirac. Please don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Let's get to it, baby. The sun shine on KEEFE. They granted him a $750,000 bond. So I guess that's 10%, 75,000. I don't know if KEEFE family gonna come get him or he got some money hid and stashed somewhere. So it's looking good. They brought up a whole bunch of key factors in KEEFE's bond hearing. The judge was like, it's been so long. Why they haven't been arrested since 2009. Since he made some statement, then they brought about him and the book author. They were like some parts of the stories that KEEFE was telling about the Tupac Shakur murder was fabricated by the author of the book, to sell the book, to make it feel real good, make it Hollywood. Add a little, put a little sauce on it. So you know how that goes. And they was like, he lived in the same residence for all those years. He's not a flight risk. But they also brought up people are still scared of KEEFE D. In the year 2023, he was the leader of the Crips. He never had a job. He always made his money off of illegal activities. So I'm going to let you guys hear the judge in a hearing.
I don't believe this is as far behind him based on what I've heard as the defense makes it seem. I think this is a factor that weighs for the state. His prior record is significant but old. He's not been successful on supervision. This is a factor that weighs for the state. The identity of responsible members of the community who would vouch for the reliability of him. We do have a note from his neighbor attached. However, that note reveals that the neighbor doesn't know anything about him, and that's mainly the gist of the note, is that she didn't know that he had this background. Ultimately, this is a factor that weighs for the state. We don't have responsible people vouching for Mr. Davis's credibility and character. The nature of the offense, the probability of connection, the likely sentence. Overall, I find the nature of the offense is obviously the most serious that we face in the criminal justice system. The likely sentence here is very high given the existing law at the time when this offense was committed. Probability of conviction, one of the biggest things in evaluating cases. Does the defendant give a statement? Yes, he gives many statements here that connect him to this crime, and so I think that's a factor that weighs for the state. When we talk about the nature and the seriousness of danger to any victims or other people in this case, as the state has indicated, this could be very high. There are lots of people who are still scared of him, even in 2022. There are credible threats being made. I don't believe that the FBI is stepping in and providing coverage or assistance for people in situations where they don't think it's a credible threat. And then finally, the likelihood of additional criminal conduct. I find that this weighs for the state, as laid out by Mr. Giacomo regarding the jail calls, although not explicit, they do cause the court concern. Possibilities of failure to appear. I do find ultimately he didn't flee when he was served with this Markham notice. I do know he wasn't entirely cooperative as he didn't sign that Markham notice. And I think at the end of the day, the fact that he didn't leave at that point sort of speaks to the fact that despite this evidence being out there, it took quite some time for it to be charged, and he probably thought that there was no likelihood that if it was charged this time as it wasn't charged in the past, so I find this to be a neutral factor. Overall, I find that there's no non-monetary conditions that could ensure the community's safety as well as Mr. Davis's return to the court. The bail here will be set as a detention order. The court does have to give credence to the defendant's repeated insistence that he was involved in this horrible death. While I am concerned about his medical issues, those can be handled by CCDC. If any issues arise, let me know. I'm going to set bail at $750,000 with a source hearing as well as house arrest. We'll see other than that.
So his bail has been set at $750,000, and he has a source bond. So for all y'all that don't know what a source bond means, they want to know where all the money came from, and it's all legit. So, KEEFE D, keep your head up. And that's your boy Gpac from Chirac, and I'm out.